Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to begin with our pledge to the flag. I'm going to ask Chief Etzler if he would please lead us in that pledge. All stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's an absolute honor today for the ceremony that we're about to witness. It confirms what those in our community already believe, that our police officers are heroes. And they don't do what they do for the accolades that'll be received today. They do it because of their compassion and their professionalism for this community. I want to thank the Red Cross for coming out and doing this. We have some amazing officers, and I think it's important that everyone recognize what they do day in, day out. There are a lot of things they do that you'll never see, but they're just as important as the things that they're recognized for. With that, I want to introduce Ms. Misty Bruce, Executive Director of the Red Cross, to begin our ceremony. Thank you.
Good morning. So I have the privilege of representing the Red Cross, but also on this very special occasion of representing Carroll County and Taneytown, as I'm a resident here in Taneytown. So when the opportunity arose for us to recognize and celebrate, you can bet I raised my hand really high to be able to be the one who showed up here today to do this. The American Red Cross started this merit in 1911. We recognized that there were professionals in their fields who went above and beyond the call of duty each and every day. And so this award is prestigious, and it has a legacy behind it that I encourage you to take the time to look up. You can find other award recipients online, and their stories are tremendous, much like the stories you're going to hear today. In small corners across the globe, you'll find people who are willing to raise their hands, who are willing to run toward a crisis, run toward people who are struggling. And we have officers like that today in the room. So without further ado, I want to get started on these awards so that we can celebrate their achievements. We're going to begin with the very unsuspecting Officer Sakadalis. Officer Sakadalis, would you join me at the podium, please? So heroes are an amazing breed of people, and they come in all shapes and sizes. But a hero must be inspired. And so I would challenge that Officer Sakadalis did just that by owning the responsibility and holding himself accountable for being the one who made sure that our officers here in Taneytown had the skill set necessary to provide life-saving efforts on scene day after day. It is my honor to recognize Officer Stephen Sakadalis this day. I also have for you a Lifesaving Award pin. This isn't a pin you can get just anywhere. In the American Red Cross, we're quite fond of our pins. We wear them like challenge coins. If you're familiar with the military, you know what that is. And so, Officer Sakadalis, it is my honor to give you this pin. And if anyone would like to step forward and make remarks, please join me at the podium at this time.
Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move to our next award recipient. And ahead of each of these awards, I'm going to read the citation that accompanied that award to our national headquarters. Each of the awards is signed by Madam Gail McGovern herself. And so it's a very special award because it's not a stamp. Ms. McGovern takes the time to read each and every citation and know that she's here with you today as we celebrate these officers. The first citation is going to be presented to Officer Ralph Williams. Officer, would you join me at the podium? On May 17th, 2022, Ralph Williams, trained in American Red Cross Adult and Pediatric First Aid CPR AED, helped to save the life of a 3-year-old boy who was choking at his residence in Taneytown, Maryland. Patrolman First Class Williams arrived on scene to find a female attempting to remove an item from a child's airway. The child was unconscious and was sweating immensely. Patrolman First Class Williams began back blows, and after several moments, the child started to cough. Then Patrolman First Class Williams continued with one more round of back blows when another patrolman on scene observed the child starting to breathe and open his eyes. The toddler was able to stand up and walk on his own. EMS arrived and transported the boy to the hospital for further evaluation. Without a doubt, the skills learned in the American Red Cross Training Services course helped to save the life of this child. For this act, Ralph Williams has been awarded the American Red Cross Lifesaving Award for Professional Responders. This is the highest award given by the American Red Cross to an individual or team of individuals who saves or sustains a life by using skills and knowledge learned in an American Red Cross Training Services course. The certificate bears the signature of the President and CEO of the American Red Cross and the signature of the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the American Red Cross. This action exemplifies the highest degree of concern of one human being for another who is in distress. May I present your hero, Officer Ralph Williams. As I did with Officer Sakadalis, it is my honor to also present you with this Life-Saving Award pin for you to wear proudly on your lapel. Would anyone at this time like to join us at the podium to make comments on behalf of Officer Williams? Officer Williams, would you like to say a few words?
Good morning, everyone. Since 2018, the citizens of Taneytown has accepted me as their own, and I'm forever grateful to protect and serve everyone in Taneytown. Thank you.
Our second recipient today, may I please have Officer Adam Romero join me up front? You have fans in the crowd, I see. On July 31st, 2021, Adam Romero, trained in American Red Cross Adult and Pediatric First Aid CPR AED, helped to save the life of an adult woman who was struck by a vehicle in Taneytown, Maryland. Patrolman First Class Romero arrived on scene to find a female lying on the ground, suffering from traumatic injuries to her lower extremities and life-threatening bleeding. Patrolman First Class Romero recognized the urgency of the medical emergency and took immediate action to control the bleeding by applying a tourniquet. EMS arrived and took over patient care while Patrolman First Class Romero continued investigating the incident. Without a doubt, the skills learned in the American Red Cross Training Services course helped to save the life of this woman. For this act, Adam Romero has been awarded the American Red Cross Life-Saving Award for Professional Responders. This is the highest award given by the American Red Cross to an individual or team of individuals who saves or sustains a life by using skills and knowledge learned in an American Red Cross Training Services course. The certificate bears the signature of the President and CEO of the American Red Cross, Mrs. Gail McGovern, and the signature of the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the American Red Cross. This action exemplifies the highest degree of concern of one human being for another who is in distress. It is my honor to present you with this award, Mr. Adam Romero. Would anyone like to come up to the podium to make comments on behalf of Mr. Romero?
I just want to say that I was that lady, and he saved my life, and he is my hero. I will never forget him. Thank you.
Officer Romero, would you like to say a few words?
Just thank you for everyone that came out today to support not only myself, but everybody else here and support the Taneytown Police Department. I'm very appreciative for a crowd like this. Thank you.
There's something very special about living in a small town. So with that, I'd like to give the opportunity to any of the fellow police officers on the force, or the chief, or any of the VIPs in the room, the microphone.
Good morning. Misty went ahead and surprised me with an award today that I wasn't expecting. As a training coordinator for the Taneytown Police Department, I'm proud that we had an opportunity to recognize Adam and Ralph today. They take their training seriously, and they were able to use their training out on the streets and when they needed to. Their fast response and attention to detail aided the families during a crisis, and were able to provide a positive outcome. And just thank you for coming out this morning.
The stories we heard today kind of tug at your heartstrings, don't they? And these are just the stories that we got to hear about. There are so many others that have occurred that we may not know about, but I appreciate what you've done for this city, Officer Williams, Officer Romero, Officer Sacadelis. You exemplify what this city is about, the community that we have here. The reason that we work so hard to hire the right officers in this city is because we get people like this, people who serve this community humbly and proudly at the same time. I want to thank everybody for coming, and please, if you see a Taneytown police officer anywhere, thank them for what they do. We have some in the room here. We have a new one in the room here. Everyone knows that oftentimes there's very little gratitude given to the police, and they deserve every amount of gratitude that we can muster for them. So on behalf of the city of Taneytown, I thank these fine officers for their life-saving skills, and I thank all of our police department and city staff for everything they do to keep this city as great as it is. And it is an amazing community, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So as mayor, I thank the chief, I thank the major for leading a police department to be of this caliber. For a community of this size, we have a phenomenal department, and I thank you all. And thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy your day, and God bless you.